Okay, today we're going to learn part B of the halacha if you could mitzaref a koton for a minyan. We'll learn about it less sure, but there's a lot to add on it. So first of all, somebody asked me that there's a Mishnah at the beginning of Chulin. The Mishnah says over there, Lagabe koton. The Mishnah says like this. Hakol shoychten shchutoson ksheiro. Everybody is allowed to shecht and the shchita would be kosher. Chutz mechere shoyto v'koton. That's the beginning of the Mishnah. The koton cannot be a shoychet. Then it says v'chulon sheshochatu v'acherim roim oison shchitoson ksheiro. Lechatchila koton in this Mishnah mashma. Lechatchila koton cannot be a shoychet. But if a godel was watching him, then the shchita is kosher shchita. So the we see from here that the koton is not. We already spoke about that. Rabbi Yehuda says by Mikra Megillah is kosher. We already spoke about it last year. We see another thing of it that the koton could be kosher l'shchita if somebody watching him. So the with that svara you could use. So maybe you have a koton in a minyan and somebody watching him, making sure he answers amen, he davens. So maybe it should be the same thing. But the evet could be kosher. So but there's no dimion. It's a nice question, but there's really no dimion. Because by shchita, there's no in of shchita schulin anyway. There's no in of kavona. I don't have kavonas over there. The main thing is ma'isa. Memela, we're not trusting the ma'isa of a koton. He's not yet mature. He might make a mistake. But if you're watching him, you see the ma'isa was good, then it's good. Lechatchila, we don't do that because again, the ikar is not a machshava over there. By davening, the ikar of it is a machshava. It's not just shuckling and saying the words. We hold that by davening, doesn't have that even if somebody watching him. So Memela is no rise. So we remain the same thing. Is the koton according to most poskim that we mentioned, you cannot metzaref him. Now the only one was makel by the koton we mentioned in Simon Nun Hey, that's the Ramon. He says like this. The Ramon says, if you shasat chak meaning mamash, I have no minyan without the koton. He's the number 10. Then you could make to mitzaref the koton. Now, halacha l'maisa we said that even his Talmud Lavush is not masking with the Ramah. He said this is a sheminag, and the many follow the Lavush, the Eliyaravo and Ad Poskim Achronim like the Aruch HaShulchan Mishnah Berurah. So you cannot mitzaref a koton. So Lamaisa comes out according to Sfardim, according to Ashkenazim, you cannot mitzaref koton even b'shas hatchak. However, the only one really mitzaded a little bit, I said the lashon a little bit, like the Ramah is the Alter Rebbe based on the Magen Avram. Soon I'm going to read the Magen Avram because there's more details we need to know what he mentioned. The Alter Rebbe says like this. He also writes, "V'yesh omrim shen isha ve'eved hakoton mitzarvim b'shum inyan ela tzorushu kol asora zechorim b'nei chorim gedolim." So it says v'chen ikar. That's you're right. That's the main opinion that you cannot mitzarv woman a koton to minyan. However, he writes, "V'afal piken." That's the lashon of the Alter. It changes the whole thing. En limchos b'oistan shenahagim lahakel b'shas hatchak letzarv al yedei chumash shebiyodai. And then he says you don't even need the chumash. Anyway, akoponim, what the Alter Rebbe is saying is somebody see you using this what the Ramah said b'shas hatchak you mitzarv hakoton says don't rebuke him. Oh, so the Maisa says, so comes out, the only one really today, the only Kehila, could mitzaref akoton b'shas hatchak, it would be Chabad. They follow the Alter Rebbe, because according to the Sfardim, the Riv, the Rambam, the Mechaber, they said, no, you cannot mitzaref l'tfila akoton b'shum oifen. And according to the Lavush and Eliyah Rabba and the Mishnah Aruch HaShulchan, you cannot even b'shas hatchak mitzaref them either. So the only one left over here is the header of the Ramah, which is the Alter Rebbe banks on him, says b'shas hatchak and limchos. He also lechatchila don't do that, but somebody doing it and limchos. Now, where he takes it from? So there's the Magen Avram. The Magen Avram, right over here, he says, b'tisho b'tziruf koton. He quotes the Ramah. Then he says, "Miyul ina kriyas hatoira yesh omrim mit dem tzarfin oisel la'asara me'achar she'ola leminyan zayin tashbetz." He brings another heter, the Magen Avram. That you could mitzaref a koton. That's mashma even those which is machmir but tefillah, not to mitzaref him. If you don't want to do kriyas hatoira with the koton, you could do it. It's more heter, but from the tashbetz he brings because you could give aliyah to the koton. So meila, it could be one of the 7 oilim. Again, the minhag is we don't give today by Ashkenazim anyway aliyah. Any aliyah to a koton, but since originally you could have done this, so it's easier to mitzaref koton l'kriyas hatoira. Then he goes like this. B'shas hatchak, and the Magen Avram says, and what the Ramah says, b'shas hatchak you can mitzaref koton, afilu b'lo chumash, even without chumash. Oh, Now, here's the restrictions. Even let's say in Chabad, when especially they could use this, some far away Chabad house that hard to get a minyan. You know, Mitzaref b'Shas Chag. Not only have to be far away, even by us. Once in a while, I use the setter to Mitzaref a Koton. So b'Shas Chag. So, but here's the restrictions: what you could do, what you could have. Number one, restriction: miu davka echad velo beis. Even those which is matirim to Mitzaref Koton, only one, not two. Cannot make two. Can have 8 adults and 2 ktanim. Only 9 adults and 1 Koton you could do. That's restriction number one. He said. That's the punchline. Even when you mitzaref Koton, he says there's a miu. Davka lishmea borchu v'kadish shu chiyuv, aval kadish achar oleinu lo yomru. He says only with the inyanim chiyuvim you could mitzaref Koton. Anything that minogim you cannot. Oh, the Alter Rebbe elaborates on it. What's the pshat chiyuv? You have, and during the day we have only 7 kadeshim that are chiyuv. 7. I'm going to go through them. In Shachris you have 3 such a kadeshim. The first chiyuv kadesh in Shachris is before borchu, after ishtabach. The second Kaddish, after Shemona Esrei, the Chotzi Kaddish. The third is Kaddish Teskabel. That's all. The Kaddish was said before Hoido, Baruch Shomar, Kaddish Rabon, it's a minhag. The Kaddish was said after Shir Shel Yom, after Olein, after everything else, it's minhagim. Yeah, it's important, but in this Inyan, you can Matzaref Koton, it's only Kaddish of Chiyuv. And now, that's 3 in Shacharis. You have 2 for Mincha, which the Kaddish in Mincha is Chiyuv, the Kaddish before Shemona Esrei, after Asher before Shemona Esrei, and the Kaddish Teskabel. Those 2 only. You cannot do any other Kaddishim. Ma'ariv, there's only 2 Kaddishim, Chiyuv, Kaddish before Shemona Esrei, and Kaddish after Teskabel, after Shemona Esrei. The Kaddish, the Hasidim, the Ashkenazim don't say Kaddish before Borchu, they just say Borchu, Urachim and Borchu, but the Sfardim and the Hasidim, they say Kaddish before Borchu, it's a minhag. It's not la'aloch. Even the heter, Mitzaref Koton, only the inyan Chiyuv, no more than that, which is the Chiyuv again, that the 7 Kaddishim, so you can Mitzaref him to any other Kadeshim. Now, we still have left to talk about the Chayresh today, as we said, that we're going to talk about this in Mitzvah Hashem tomorrow.